We all have to have a new social compact on this. Whites especially have to acknowledge the legacy of racism and have to go the extra yard to show respect, to understand how differently whites and blacks see some of these police issues. And so whites can't just say, does this look right to me, but does this look trustworthy to people in the African American community? That has to be the standard. At the same time, we have to understand that we're no longer in the civil rights era. This is not a question of good versus evil, right versus wrong. Racial inequality has become entangled in all sorts of domestic problems of disappearing jobs, family structure, and that this is mostly a question of good-intentioned people trying to do the best they can with very knotty social problems, which now overlap with racial problems.
But the other thing that has to be done is real training of police officers. If you look at some of these encounters that we're seeing on videotape, you're looking at the 12-year-old boy who was just killed the other day, it's within seconds. You're watching these encounters in which the police arrive on the scene and they're unable, it seems, to de-escalate, to assess the situation, to see when we're dealing with a child. They need training in implicit bias. I know we like to say it's well-intentioned people, but there are biases in this country. We do have images in our head that are racialized. And if you heard Darren Wilson's testimony when he talked about Mike Brown, almost as an animal, he was bulking up. He seemed like Hulk Hogan. We have these images in our head, and the only way we can deal with those images is to slow things down, is to give police officers the training that they need to be able to manage their own biases so they can properly assess the situation.
David, we always say we're going to have this hard conversation, and guess what? Next week we won't.
Yeah, I really don't believe in the conversation about race. If we're going to be friends, we don't sit around saying, oh, we're such great friends, let's talk about our friendship.
Right.
We don't need a conversation, we need a project. And our friendship is about something else. It's outward looking. So the project has to be, it's about social mobility. It's about early childhood education, all the things that failed Michael Brown, family formation, jobs. If we have a common project about the Harlem Children's Zone, about KIPP schools, then we'll have something to do together, and that will unite us obliquely.